Ladies and gentlemen, we went over the rules earlier tonight. I expect you to obey these rules. Let's have a nice clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, please check your cell phones and turn that flash off. Thank you.
So we are set to go. Khalid Twaiti, with plenty of fans here in attendance, taking on Carlos Ramirez. Round one begins. It's Twaiti in the black trimmed with gold.
And Ramirez in the black trimmed with gold.
We'll call it more yellow, just for distinction's sake.
Yes, black with the yellow.
Khalid Twaiti, you saw in the introductions, came to the ring, draped in the flag of Yemen. He's of Yemeni descent, much like Prince Nassim Hamed was.
And Saddam Ali.
Saddam Ali as well.
When Twaiti won the Daily News Golden Gloves about 4 years ago, Saddam asked me if he can drape him with the Golden Glove chain, and I allowed him.
We've seen Khalid Twaiti on Broadway boxing before, back in May in Connecticut. He scored a third-round knockout over Joseph Cole. It's a high-energy fighter, and he has one in front of him as well. And Carlos Ramirez, who isn't afraid to take chances.
And he shouldn't. As I said in the teletape, he's heavier, he's older, so he should be a little bit more physically mature. So he should be aggressive and trying to rough up Twaiti.
Ramirez was stopped in the first two fights of his professional career.
Start off with a rough start.
Yeah.
Yep. And both his losses have been by KO, you know, which you allude to the first two fights. So he has one win, one knockout, two losses, both by knockout. He is yet to go the distance.
We have seen Twaiti go the distance. Right now we see the real differential in hand speed in the early going, Brian.
And this is one of those fights to me where Twaiti's just going to have to box, put his combinations together. The knockout, if it's going to come, is just going to come naturally. He's not going to try to, he's not going to be able to land a hard power shot and get a knockout. Like he's trying now. Just let your hands go, let it flow.
Well, his nickname is Pure Gold, but that doesn't mean he has to be looking to strike gold with every shot he throws. Twaiti misses over the top of the left hook. Now goes back to the body with a jab.
I like the jab by Twaiti. He just seems to throw a little bit more. And I like the fact that Ramirez, when he gets inside or he gets in a danger zone, he stays low.
Yeah, Ramirez has been pretty defensively responsible here. He hasn't had a whole lot of luck offensively, but he hasn't given Twaiti too many open looks. Round one comes to a close.
Laughing, relaxing, enjoying himself in between rounds.
And not a whole lot of concern in the Twaiti corner right now. Round two begins. Twaiti again showing that hand speed off.
And that's when he should come out. Just come out throwing combinations. And Ramirez, again, I like the approach Ramirez is taking. You know, keep a tight guard, be aggressive.
Ramirez misses with an overhand right. Twaiti tries to come back with a jab. Good shot to the body from Twaiti. Digs that left hand downstairs. A lot more movement from Twaiti here in the second round. Triples up with that left hook. That last one lands right on the belt line once more. Pot shots with the right hand. Twaiti starting to find his rhythm.
But put them together. I don't like the 1-2 shots. I want to see 4 and 5. Because the third, fourth, and fifth punch is going to land clean. So more than 1 and 2. Again, Ramirez defensively responsible. Stand low, not getting hit too clean with anything.
Well, and that's where that combination punching will come into play. Because
right.
You have to get Ramirez to move his hands from home right now because he's not going to.
So it will become a numbers game. As long as you throw punches, he's going to stay defensive. And when he tries to come out of that defensive posture, the fifth and sixth punch will land.
And he doubles up with that left hook, now comes back. 3, 4, 5 unanswered punches now. Twaiti digs downstairs.
But what does Ramirez do? Push him off?
Ooh, big left hook from Twaiti.
Ramirez is just being aggressive.
And you're right, Brian, but just by picking up the tempo, you force Ramirez into making mistakes.
Yes. He's looking for you to stop punching after 2. His movement is just forward. Look at Ramirez, just forward. Watching Twaiti punch. Ramirez covers up and anticipating him to stop before he can punch.
Good right hand from Twaiti.
Nice left hook to the body by Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez banging away as Twaiti gets trapped on the ropes. But it's a right hand right at the bell from Twaiti.
We see some action here in the last round. Twaiti letting his hands go. Ramirez is not being reckless defensively, keeping his defense tight, and nothing lands solid for Twaiti except that left hook there as he backs out. But Ramirez is very aggressive, moving forward. Occasionally he gets hit with a shot, but for the most part, defensively he's tight.
And we'd like to introduce the third member of our broadcast team here tonight, Dan Canobio. Dan, happy to have you here for the 15th anniversary of Broadway Boxing, first of all.
Yes, it's a grand night. I mean, we're in this palatial theater. It's starting to fill up right now. I'm going to be walking around the locker rooms, getting some interviews. I'm going to try to listen in the corners if they allow me. You know, I'm wearing a suit. Usually they don't allow guys like that to come over to the corners. But if I can get in there and get some insights, I will try to come back to you guys with some good stuff.
Well, usually if a guy in a suit goes to the corner, it's a bad sign. You usually means you're a
He's a
doctor.
doctor.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
I come in peace. Listen, I went to school for 8 years, but I'm not a doctor.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Dan. We'll be checking back in with you very soon. He's not a doctor, but he is a boxing expert. We're going to hear from him throughout the evening here from the King's Theater. As round 3 rolls along here, Khalid Twaiti and Carlos Ramirez.
You see, Ramirez has tried to get that right hand going.
Now Ramirez starting to take some chances offensively here. I think he's realized that in a 4-round fight, at some point he needs to turn it on. Especially after that second round, which was absolutely dominated by Twaiti. Time is now for Ramirez to at least be out here fighting for a draw or looking for the knockout.
And in the middle of the ring is where Twaiti needs to be, because then he can let those combinations go. I don't like the fact that he's loading up on a lot of those shots. I would like to see more of the rhythm flow of punches.
Double left hook from Twaiti, finishes downstairs.
And Twaiti have to stay strong mentally because he's landing some nice shots. He's controlling the action. But Ramirez is still in his face, moving forward.
One thing we haven't seen Twaiti do is try to counter Ramirez. Now that Ramirez is taking some chances, he is taking some steps in, we're seeing Twaiti step around, but we're not really seeing him follow up
counter
on
off of that, yes.
Final 30 seconds of round 3. Triple jab from Twaiti. Showing off that hand speed once more.
And he needs to be careful because he's overextending the left hook. And if Ramirez is close enough, he could slip that left hook and come back with a nice right hand. But it's been the same thing round after round.
It's time to make some noise and show our appreciation for these two warriors as we head into round number 4, the 4th and final round.
You see, with the black cap on in Twaiti corner, former IBF Cruiserweight champ Leon and Cat Taylor.
Leon helped bring up Melissa St. Ville, who we'll see later on. St. Ville now training with Brian Cohen. He's taking on Myra Hernandez a little bit later on. So you have to believe that Twaiti has this one in the bank on the scorecards, provided that he could see the final bell. But Ramirez starting to press a little bit more.
Yeah, I have it 3 rounds to nothing for Twaiti.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any other way to score this fight. But Ramirez, as we mentioned, started to take a few more chances in the 3rd round, which could ultimately open things up for Twaiti. Ramirez catches those shots on the gloves.
And that was a case where Ramirez shouldn't have backed up. Just stand your ground, especially the last round. Stand your ground and let punches go.
Yeah, Ramirez is going to need something drastic here. There's a 3-punch combination from Ramirez on the inside. Isn't able to follow it up.
He allows Twaiti to punch his way out.
Good 3-punch combination from Twaiti, and that might have affected Ramirez for the first time in this fight. Doubles up with the left hook some more. Twaiti starting to pour it on, and his fans start to come to their feet.
Oh, and Ramirez just missed a big left hook.
Ramirez starting to look a little more pensive about coming right at Twaiti after that sequence.
Yeah, he's not moving forward now. But as I said earlier, I don't like clowning and showboating because then you distract from your performance.
Might have popped in a few of those Prince Nassim tapes during training camp. Final 15 seconds of this contest. Huge left hook connects right on the chin, but Ramirez walks through it.
Ramirez is walking through these shots because I think Twaiti's trying too hard.
So Twaiti pours it on. But it's not enough to get Ramirez out of here. It is more than enough, for sure. We'll take the victory on the scorecards. And Twaiti's fans, well, they seem like they're satisfied. Well, we were concerned about the durability of Carlos Ramirez, given that he had been stopped twice heading into this fight. That didn't turn out to be an issue whatsoever.
No, it didn't. You know, Twaiti was able to land some shots. I think defensively, Ramirez have learned from those 2 knockout losses because defensively he was not bad tonight. He was never in any real danger.
One thing about Khalid Twaiti, he's always going to bring energy into a fight. He's going to throw a lot of punches. The combinations look pretty when he throws them. I'm definitely excited to see Twaiti's career evolve.
Yeah, he's certainly a young man that you would like to see the progression.
Looks like we are ready to make this one official. Let's send it up to our ring announcer, Mark Frotto.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Brooklyn, let's put our hands together for these 2 warriors laying it on the line here in the center of the ring and going the 4-round distance. We now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Mark Constantino, Anthony Lundy, and John McKay, scored this one 40-36. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated from Brooklyn, New York, Khalid, your goal.